I have no idea if anybody can even hear me. There we go. Can you guys hear me? I got one person here. Can you hear me? If you can, type in the chat. I have no idea if my mic is working properly. Wow, that's got a lot of clipping going on right there. Let's see. Let's turn the mic down. Maybe right there. A little more. You guys still hear me? Well, okay. Now I'm just testing this out too. I don't even have my camera up. Usually I have a camera, but I don't got it up. Okay, so I have to talk about the card game here, obviously. I decided to do some changes here. Now, I decided this because of just making it more simple for people to kind of like understand the game a little more, and trying not to make it so complex that somebody can't understand it. I want to make it user friendly, you know. So I'm going to change a lot of things, and I have to go through some of the notes I have to the side, but I'm going to change things such as the HP and the attack and the defense, and then the BP, which stands for battle points. I'll tell you what some of these things mean on the card. If you guys have questions, you can put them in the chat, and then I will just go answer your question from there. But I wanted to do this and also get my community's help to continue to build the card game. But we're going to start here. I'm going to take this little holofoil look off so he has his normal look. And basically I'm going to remove where it says like 20,000. And the reason I decided to take these down is because I want to make them smaller numbers, essentially. And the reason I want to do this is so that it is easier to battle and people aren't trying to do a ton of math of like, because some of them have like, let's give you an example here. Like, where's my light mons? So like Ligon, for instance. Ligon, as you can see, has 1.25 million HP. Now, I didn't want people, like if him and Darkmare you were battling with him and Darkmare, and you attacked, Ligon would lose 18,000 of his HP, but it's 1.25 million. But I felt that could get a little complex, because then you would have to get, a calculator out and start typing. And I felt like that would be too much. So I want to change these around. And I want to go more in the sense of in the hundreds, because I want to make it easier for everybody to play the game, essentially. And if you have questions, I'll talk more about the mechanics and what the things on the cards mean and stuff like that, because I haven't really talked about that much. A lot of you have just seen the artwork and stuff. But I'm going to make this a lot different. So for like Ligon, for instance, let's just start with Ligon. So now the way I built this is he is a Berserker class. So a Berserker class usually tends to have a very high attack, a somewhat like in between HP, but a lower defense. But we're going to change this. Like I said, we're going to make this different. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to take this 1.5 million and maybe make it 150 attack, and then take his HP and make it like, I don't know, maybe 120 HP. And I'm going to start balancing those more like that when I get further to the other cards, because I feel like this would give the game a little more openness, and it would be more open to anybody essentially playing it. And then I would be able to take this 25% and then maybe change it and say they lose 25 HP during this turn from burn damage. And that's what these mean. This little icon right here means burn damage. Let me zoom in. This means burn damage. So instead of 25%, I might change that to 25. And then that's, we have little counters and stuff that I showed off. But then there's 25k HP target loses. But we're going to change a lot of that stuff around. Like I said, there's a reason I want to do this, because I want to make the game more accessible to other people who, you know, may have never played a card game before. And I feel like I just need to make it more accessible for people to really get a grasp of the game and stuff. It just needs to be more accessible for people to understand and see. Also, let me go share this video on my social media channels here. Don't want this sound here. So let's take the sound out. We'll keep this up. The chat up here. Let me get this shared out here. Alright, got a tweet for it. Oh, why not? We'll give it a share on Facebook. Also, how is everybody doing today? Explaining, gotta spell that right. I'll probably do this more often when I go probably like create more of the cards. I'll probably give more like when I'm creating a card, what it's like. But for now, while you guys are here, you could tell me what you think about me changing. For people just getting in here, I'm changing a lot of these around, like the HP, the attack, and the defense. And as I was explaining before, this is because I want this game to be more accessible to people, and I feel like 1.25 million HP would probably be a lot of math for people to do. Like I was showing Darkmare here, he's got 18,000 attack, but if Darkmare attacks Lygon, then you gotta subtract 18,000 from 1.25 million, and I feel like that would just take a lot of time, and I don't want that. And so, you know, I really want to change that. I want to make, like I said, I want to make this more accessible in the sense for people to be able to play the game. So if you're in here and you guys do have questions, type them in the chat and I can answer things. There's things I haven't even answered, as well as like the mechanics of the game, stuff like that. But this is why I have this channel, and this is why this channel exists, for me to basically vlog my experience and create this game with you guys going along with me, because I'm going to use my community's feedback to really build something that everybody enjoys, no matter who it is. And that's why I'm here, because I want to build something for everyone out there. So we're going to start here. I mean, Lygon has 1.25 million HP, which is... The reason I started this is because I play a lot of RPGs, and that's what essentially the game has a lot of influence from, are RPGs. But like I was saying before, this feels like a lot and it would take a long time. So I want to narrow these down. I want to narrow this stuff down so it's smaller amounts and it's more accessible. If you guys have a thought on that, just let me know if you think that would be a good idea to lower these down. And I'm going to lower these in probably like the hundreds. So he might have 125 HP and then 150 attack and 675 defense or something. Something to that extent. We'll play with this and I'll come up with something. So I'm going to take the K out. So the first thing I did when I built Lygon because he's a berserker class, I have each class has a somewhat kind of built around system of like how much HP and stuff they have. So a berserker has very high attack, a pretty high HP, but a lower defense. And this is because he's kind of a berserker class, and he just kind of goes all out and attacks. So let's see here. Let's start with his attack. So I think instead of 1.25 mil, we're just going to give him 150 attack. That easy. We're going to start maybe 150 attack. Oops. Did not mean to copy that. Why is it copied? That is fantastic. We'll just move it. We'll shift like we should. So we're gonna go here. I think the highest I'm probably gonna go is maybe like 1,000 for everything. I just want this to feel like more accessible. Like I said, I want this to be more accessible. So you have like 150 attack. And I also think this saves more room on the card essentially itself. So it saves a lot of the area in the card, especially where the typing is. And if, like I said, if you guys have questions about what things are on the card, I'm going to explain more of this when I make more live videos, but I'm also going to have videos explaining more of how the battles work, and they're more like tutorial videos once I get the card game going. So we'll go with 150 attack. I think I'm going to change this from 675,000. Let me go back to my notes here. I have notes, and typically I work off of I put them on my iPad where I draw them as well. So let's see. Notes. Here we go. So the way I built this is their base stats, depending on their level, from level 1 to 30, they'd have 0 to 10k. But I think I'm going to change it. I think I'm going to make this, because they can have an attack or defense of 0, by the way. I think I'm going to actually make this 0 to 10, and then from levels 30 to 40, they're going to have from 10 to 60. And then from levels 40 to 50, maybe, they're going to have from 60 to 150. And then from levels 50 to 80, come on, they're going to have 150 to around 500. And this is all based on how I feel that character is at that time. And then from 500, and we're not going to go 2 million. 2.5 million was the highest they could have, which is, it's honestly pretty ridiculous. I think the highest I'm going to go is 1,000. They're just going to have 1,000 to max. I don't know what, like I said, tell me what you guys think about that in the chat. If you think this is a better idea overall to help, you know, make the game more accessible. And also, it just helps with the battles and probably doesn't make them feel as long drawn out. So, that's just my idea here and why I'm doing that. So, let's see. So, we'll go with a 150. And because we're going to have to change his battle points too. So, I might make them lose 25 battle points. So, the way the battle points work is if these monsters, they'll battle each other out. And then when their HP is totally depleted, you have something called battle points, and then that's what you lose when your mon dies. So, this is what you lose when it dies, is the BP. So his level is 90. So, at level 90, so anywhere from 80 to 100, I gave him from in between from 500k to 2.5, but we're going to change that. So, his HP is basically, like, I always take like a percentage off the attack, and then I base his HP off that. And that's because, like I said, he's a berserker class, so he has a little less HP than his attack. So we're gonna take this, and you know what? We'll go 125 for his HP, or maybe we can do higher, because You know, we can do higher, actually. I set from 500 to 1,000, so... And he's level 90. So it'd actually be in this range of 80 to 100. So let's actually start over here. Let's do... It just can't go over 1,000, basically. If he has 1,000, that's as high as anything can go. So let me go back here. Let me just hit enter here. So we will change this because I forgot that it was 1.5 million, and I actually changed that. So anywhere from 500 to 1,000. So basically, I gotta base this in between because he's level 90. So I take my calculator here, and he would have anywhere from 500 to 1,000. And I gotta think of how do I really want to approach this. And it's also kind of like a balancing thing, you know. And like I said, I'm gonna use your guys' feedback. So if you have things to say, just put them in the chat below. Put them in the comments, and I'm gonna answer your guys' questions and when you put them in this chat. Because I really want to build this with my community and help develop this game to something awesome. So. Let me go here. So, I don't even remember. Oh, yeah. So, I'm trying to think here what I want to make this. He's going to have a higher attack because he's a berserker. So... I'm going to say like 750. And the reason I'm going to do this is it's like midway between 1,000 and 500. It's like in between that point. So I'm going to give him 750 attack. And then I'm going to take maybe 750. We're going to take 750. And we're going to change 750. So... his attack 750, but now we gotta make his health. Let's see. So 750. Let's go. Let's see, like 45%, maybe. Let's go a little higher. So 750 times. Let's say 75%. So let's give him 560 HP or so. And I'm rounding it off because it had 562, but we're going to round it off. So now this almost also feels a lot better because it doesn't take up as much room on the card itself. So I think I'm liking this aesthetic of the look a little better as well. Alright, so now the way I do this is his attack is 750, his HP is 560, but his defense is actually going to be lower than both of those essentially. So now what I'm going to do is take his HP and then take another like whatever, maybe 30% of what his HP is and make it his defense. It just depends what I want to do here. So I took like 50% of 750 and then got 560, and that was his HP. So now if I take 560 and I times that by let's start with 25%. Let's see how much 25% of his... So that's 140. That's okay, but I think maybe just a tad bit higher. Or maybe I even take half of 560. Let's go half of 560, which is 280 defense. He's a very powerful Mon, so, I mean, he's no slouch. So we're going to do this. We'll take half, actually. I kind of like half of everything on there. So here we go. So now we have Ligon, where he's instead, where he was at 1.25 million HP and like 1.5 million attack, I feel like this will be a little easier to use when you're battling somebody, because you're not going to have to constantly whip out a giant calculator, that much to keep taking away from, to subtract. So I feel better about this. But now we got to take his battle points. And the way I do this is I use the HP as a base point. So his HP is 560. And we're going to times that by, I think this is where we do like 10% or 5%. So I did something like that. So like 10% would be 56 points. And then I actually also decided this was 100,000 battle points you could have. But I think I'm going to change it to where you have 1,000. And then that's how much gets removed each time. You have 1,000 battle points. And then, you'll lose 56 battle points. I might do 10%. I'm not sure. Let's try. I just like to make it feel balanced, or try to balance it the best I can. And that's what I'm trying to do here, is balance this card out the best I can. He's also a more powerful card, so I want it where if you have more powerful cards, you also have a tendency to lose more battle points if they die. So I think I'm going to go with this. I think I'm going to go with 15%. So it's at 84. I just want to try to make it as even as possible. So I'm just going to change it to a straight 80 and round it off to a straight 80. Alright, what do you guys think about this so far? Instead of having, like I said, where they were, like you look at Darkmare here, he's got 18,000 attack. But that just felt like way too much. Like, it's cool and it felt different, but I also feel like, man, that's just a lot to absorb, and trying to be like, oh, well, now I got to do the math for this. So I changed that. This is why I'm here. So now I have this where it said 25%, but I think what I'm going to do is change this ability where you take fire damage, basically. This is the symbol for fire. Like, your Mon takes fire damage. And the counters also look like this too. There's little counters that you put down on the Mon if they have some kind of damage, and it lets your opponent know that the Mon, because of this ability, their Mon is taking fire damage. So instead of 25% of their HP, I'm going to change this actually. I'm going to make it an actual number instead of just like, yeah, they lose 25% of their HP. So I think I'm going to change this where they lose, like, target loses 10 of its HP. Loses 10. I'm going to take 10 of its HP. Target loses 10 HP during its turn. So it's not necessarily the player's turn, by the way. What I changed around here also was that the Mon, it's the Mon's turn. Each Mon has their own turn. Because like in an RPG, each of your opponent, or each of your characters has a turn. So that's exactly what's happening here, is it's the Mon's turn. So anytime it's the Mon's turn, the target, who's the Mon, it'll lose. I think I want to change this to 10 HP. I think I want to make them lose 10 HP each turn. I feel like that's a pretty fair value for burn damage. And there'll be anything. The target loses 25. So we're going to, instead of 25k HP, we're going to use Light Beam. And we're going to say target loses, let's say 125, because he's a very powerful Mon. Ligon is an extremely powerful Mon in the game. He's level 90. So we're going to jump this to 125 HP. And then there we go. So I think I don't know what you guys think. I think this feels a little better. I know a lot of it's going to have to be based on what I truly think here. So I'm going to go with this. I mean, this feels like a very solid thing for me to do here. So we got 10 HP during a turn. Target loses 125 HP. Can cause target to miss attacks. And then we got, 80 battle points is what you lose when you die. When Lygon dies. And you lose 500, and he has 560 HP with 750 attack and 280 defense. I feel like that's a little more balanced out. So to me, this kind of works at a nice little advantage. This feels a lot better because there's more there that I can actually use. Okay, let's see. So, yeah, I like this. I think this is a lot more suitable for the game in itself. So I'm gonna stick with this, and he's a legendary card. I don't know if you guys know this right here. So let me talk a little bit about the cards while I'm here too. So we have Lygon here. I want to talk about each part of the card. Obviously, his name is up here in this left-hand corner. His level, which is level 90, and BP, which stands for battle points. And each person has battle points. Like I said, I changed this from 100,000 to now 1,000. So when he dies, you'll lose 80 of those 1,000 battle points. And this right here, this little circled symbol with the glass around it, as you can see, it's got like a little glass orb over it. This is his attribute symbol. He's a light dragon, so he uses light and fire abilities, and you'll see that right here. But he's a light dragon. His HP, obviously, his attack and defense. I'm not quite sure if I still want to do this or not. You guys will have to let me know. This is the edition of the card, so if it was first edition, but I'm not quite sure if I want to do that. I may or may not do that. It's just really what I decide later, I guess. This is this over in the right hand over here. This is the M10 stands for monster number 10. So Mon 10. He's the 10th monster I created in the game. These are the rule sets actually, and this is these are leveling rules. So one level 50 or 80 Mon must be given up to level summon. So you have to give up a Mon that is level 50 to 80 to summon him. And this is level summoning. To level summon, you're gonna have to level summon Lygon. There are a few that don't require level summoning. Those are I forgot what I called it. It's not evolving. It's form summoning. Sorry. And then the state rule is the state that they're in. States can be removed with items or abilities. So he has an ability that causes a state, which is burn damage. So any item or any other Mon ability, or even his Mon ability if he has one, they can remove states away from your Mons. And this state right here does burn damage, which the target loses 10 HP during its turn. So every time it goes back to the opponent's turn, they're going to lose 10 HP because they're taking burn damage. And the only way to get rid of that is some kind of like item or ability. So there's a pool right here. Now this is where it's a little different than like Pokemon or Magic the Gathering. I changed this, and I'm still kind of playing with this, but this is why I'm vlogging my experience and what I'm trying to do here, because I want to build this game, but I also want to take the feedback of, nah, that doesn't really work, or that's a cool idea. You know, I really want to take people's input. So this pool, you can see he has a light attribute and fire attributes here. And what this means, each mon has a set amount of pool based on their levels. So because he's level 90, he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He has 10. That is the max you can have even when you hit level 100. 10 is the max pool you can have. So the way this pool works is, it's not like Pokemon and Magic the Gathering where you pull cards from your deck. There's actually a separate pool off to the side, and you take that pool and you stick 5 of these cards and 5 of these cards underneath the Mon card. And anytime you use one of these abilities, it takes from their pool and goes back into the giant mana pool of cards. I don't even want to call it. It's like a mana pool, but it's an attribute pool. It's what it's called. You take from that pool, so it'll take you 2 fire attributes from its fire pool right here to use this ability. Or it takes 2 light to use its light ability. Or it takes 2 light to use its illumination ability, which causes the target to miss, and it's this right here. And that symbol means blind. So you can blind your opponent's Mon, and when they attack, they have to flip a coin, and it'll determine whether or not they miss based on heads or tails. And essentially, I'm going to make like mats where the rule sets are on the side too. They'll have what these do. It'll say causes blind damage, flip a coin, heads means the attack is successful, or tails means the attack failed, basically. That's what this blind attribute will mean. And you can get rid of this is another state effect which you can get rid of with abilities and items once again. So remember, these are its abilities, and these attribute cards pull from the pool that goes underneath your Mon. And once this pool runs out as well, you'll have to use item cards like in an RPG to restore this pool. So you'll have an attribute restoration kind of card that restores their pool. I thought that was a cool idea. Instead of just constantly letting players put the cards underneath, they have to actually restore that pool in order to use abilities. You can still attack and defend, but in order to use those abilities, you actually have to restore this pool to keep using the abilities. They have weaknesses. So any Mon that has a weakness, let's say you attack with an Ice Mon against Lygon, he's weak to ice and normal Mons. If you attack with them during your turn, this Mon will take 2 times the damage. So he'll lose damage from his HP. He'll lose a lot more damage from his HP. He'll lose 2 times the amount of whatever the attack is that's supposed to come from the HP. I mean, that's essentially it. And MQB means just Monquest Beginnings, because this is the first deck. I forgot to mention this part. This Berserker is his... I can't remember if I made that... His class. Sorry, this is his class. He's a Berserker class. And his type, he's a Dragon type. And the reason these play a huge role is you'll get equipment cards. And let's say you place an equipment card on here. It'll say, can only be used on a Dragon, or can only be used on a Berserker. And that's why this plays a huge role right here, because even Mon abilities will affect these. This L right here in the corner is the rarity of the card. So Lygon is typically a legendary. Anything pretty much that is over level 90, or not level 90, sorry. Anything from, I forgot, 80 to 100 is going to essentially always be a legendary kind of card. And I just did it that way for some of the higher cards right now. But there will be other cards that will probably have lower levels that will be legendaries. The other thing I did, which some of you saw, is, let's see if I can change, if I have the I don't know if it should be in here. right here. So this changes the card entirely, as you can see. And then the outer ring also is a lot different. Why isn't this collapsed? There we go. Collapse this. Collapse this. So the edge, okay, so the edge of the card right here. These cards will be holographic too, and I have a little filter that I use that will kind of show what it looks like as a holographic. I think there's another edge under there that I didn't see. Oh, I forgot to take the black edge off. Alright, so this card right here, this L will change to a U. It'll turn to a double U. I haven't decided yet if I want to do these unlimited cards, which the unlimited cards are just a normal card. So the unlimiteds look like this. There'll be a card like this, but they'll be normal and holographic, and they'll just have a U instead of an L, which means unlimited. Its rarity would be unlimited. But the rarest cards in the game, the rarest cards you can get are these ones, the Ultimate Unlimited. Literally changes like everything about the card. The color of the fire, the light attribute, the color of the blind status symbol, the fire burn status symbol. It literally changes everything. The ice symbol, the normal symbol, changes the color of the dragon, the color of the card. It like changes everything about it, and it'll be 2 U's, and it'll stand for Ultimate Unlimited. And these are like the rarest cards you can get in the game. I might do like alternate artworks. I don't know. You guys tell me what you think about that. But for now, my idea is to literally take these cards and just have them as, you know, different colors and different symbols and things like that. But essentially, Lygon will look like, if you get him in a deck, he's always going to be holographic because he's extremely rare, but he's going to look like that, essentially. Just by himself is a legendary card. I need to save this. For anybody just coming in, what I was doing is, first I want to get to know my community, you know, for anybody that comes in here. But I was literally going and changing his HP, attack, and defense, and his level, and his battle points around, and some stuff down here, because I want this to be more accessible and not have so much math that you have to do. And the reason I changed that, like I said, because I wanted to be accessible. But dude, he had like 1.25 million HP and 1.5 million attack. But I was like, man, that feels like it'd just be a task to do a bunch of math, and I didn't want that. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'll make probably some more short videos re-showing these cards off with their new updates to the cards. So that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, sorry, I had to get up there for a second. Yeah, so I'm just going over this stuff. If you have questions, put them in the comments. I'll answer them about the cards, what maybe something on the card is, or something like that, or maybe some of the rules or the mechanics. Just anything. I'll literally answer your questions the best I can and try to explain the game a little better. Whoops, microphones. Let me scoot this back just a hair away from me. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. But yeah, so I got one card changed here. So Lygon, we got his HP at a decent point and his attack. Like I said, I feel like this gives the card more room, and it just aesthetically makes the card feel a lot better. So let's jump to a new card here. Let's go to Darkmare. Like, I mean, look at this, 18,000 HP. 17,000 attack. And I started this because I was like, oh, that'd be cool to have, that much. But then I realized, like, nobody's going to want to sit there and keep doing math and subtracting down like that. So I believe that it's best to change this and actually fix their stats around. So not, Dark Mare is a mage. His type is a mage. So what I did is I gave mages less powerful attack, higher HP, and higher defense. Just because, you know, typically, well, unless you're trying to DPS and some stuff. But most of the time, mages don't really hit that hard a lot of the time. So I change this around. But he is level 50, so if I have a level 50, he's going to have anywhere from 60 to 150. So he's level 50, so that is... Or sorry. Oh, no. Okay, so from 50 to 80 or from 40 to 50. This depends what I want to do here. So I could say he's from level 50 to 80 or he's from 40 to 50 and then give him the 150 cap. Which he's going to take the 150 cap. So let's start with his defense, which is clearly the highest. Oops. So let's take this and we're going to give him 150 defense. And that's going to be his defense. That's basically in the middle. So he's going to have 150 defense. Alright, so for his attack, I'm going to use his defense to lower his attack. So if he's at 150, so he's got 150 defense here. Let's lower this. I'll pull out my fancy dancy computer calculator here. So he's got 150. So I want to take maybe like 75% of that, which is 112. I think I'm just going to round that down to 110. Maybe 110. Let's go a little higher. So 150, let's times that by... Let's try... I'm going to go 80%. So we'll go 120. What? Let me check something here. It was 20,000. So that was like... So 20... So he's like... It's like 70%, 75. It's about 80%. So let's do this then. We'll do 150 times point. So yeah, we'll give him 120. So about 80%. His attack is about 80% of his defense is what I'm doing here. So let's go 120. I'll have 120 attack, 150 defense. I think I like that. And now we got to take his HP. So now his HP is actually going to be higher than his attack. So let's take his HP and make it higher than his attack. So his HP. So let's get my calculator back out. So HP is so let's do 150 again, and let's times it by 90%. So we'll go 135. Now this is where I want to balance it. 135. So now I can pick 135 if I want. He's got 150 and 120. I think I'm going to go with that. I think I'm going to go with 135 for an HP. Yeah. We'll give him 135. I mean, I have a lot of even numbers there, but I also got to make it where it doesn't feel so weird that he Maybe I just go straight to 140. I might just go straight to 140 with this. I want to go straight to 140. I'll go straight to 140. He has like 10% less than his defense. So I go 140, 120 attack, and 150 defense. I like that. I think that's a good idea. So now, we got to do his battle points. So the way we do this, once again, is I use the HP as a base point to calculate what I want with the battle points. So now, he has 140 HP, so let's take 140, and maybe times that by like 15%. We could do that. We'll go 21, we'll just round it down to 20. So, that sounds pretty good, actually. So when he gets knocked out, by an opponent's mon, you'll lose 20 battle points. Whoever's using Darkmare loses 20 battle points. I think. There we go. Alright, so he's level 50. You lose 20 battle points. Okay, I like this. And disable your opponent's. Your opponent can't use items or mon abilities next turn. Okay, I like that. I think that's a little more balanced out. So we're going to go with Darkmare here. Alright, so I got 2 done. We got Lygon. He's a little more updated. I think I prefer this, like I said, because this helps balance things out a little better. So Darkmare and Lygon. I like this. We're going to go with this here. I think I need to drag those down. It's 2 squares. So we're going to go 2 here. And I need to balance this one back out. 2. I didn't see how far away from these the edge. So this is like right on the edge. Alright, so might be as close as I can get it. The 0 sits right off the edge there. Let's go over. That's pretty close. It's a little better. See where the first part sits. Now I'm not sure if like I said, if I want to keep the addition, I might keep the additions, I might not. I haven't really quite decided on that. If I don't, it'll just be removed from there, and I'll use this boxed area for something different. So I like those. He's got his E for epic, so he's an epic card. So I think I'm going to stick with this. I think this feels a little more balanced. Yeah. So we'll go with that. Alright, let's work on another one here. Let's see what we got. So we got a Firemon Flarky. So we'll change Flarky around here. Let's update his stuff. Alright, so we got Flarky here. And he's in his ultimate unlimited color right now. We're going to change that around. Let's put the regular black edge on. Turn this off. My hue and saturation level. We'll turn that back. Okay, there we go. Alright, so this is Flarky. Fire Turkey. See, instead it's 10%. We'll just say they lose 10. Loses 10 HP. Target loses 10 HP during its turn. I think that works a lot better. So it loses 10 hit points each turn. And Like I said, this is 130,000, but I don't want that. It's just so much. Okay, so he's level 60, so now we gotta balance this out again. So I gotta open up here, got my notes. So at level 60, he's in between 50 and 80 mark. So I gotta take, so let's do this. I think it's, so 150 to 500, so 150. Whoops, I totally fucked that up. Totally messed that one up. Oh boy, I messed that one up. I don't remember what I was trying to do here. I can't remember. Oh. There we go. That makes sense. Alright, so around 325. So instead he's going to have around 325. So I'm just going to give him 330. Oh, wait. I messed up on something there. Okay. Oh, I messed up on Darkmare. I gotta go back and look at this, sorry. Summoning rates, classes. Oh, okay, I messed up on Darkmare because Darkmare should actually have a lower defense, higher HP, and a higher attack. So this is an easy fix. 150. 150. We'll change this to 120. Actually got to fix that around, and then HP is 140. So that'll work right there. So Darkmare set there. Flarky. Alright, so 330. We'll give him 330 attack. So he's got 330 attack, and his HP is also, I mean, now I gotta do, like I said, I gotta do some math again to balance this out. So 330, we're gonna times that by I think I want to do maybe like 80% of that. Or, yeah, sorry, 330 times, I did 80 and forgot to put 0.80 to do 80%. So, I'll give about 260 health, and that kind of works. Just take the K out, hit enter. So 80% of his attack is his health. So he's got 260 HP, he's got 330 attack. So now let's take this, and let's go back to my calculator, and we're going to do 330. We're going to times that by, we'll go with 60%. Around 200. Now I kind of like that. We'll give him 200 defense. Now he has lower defense because he's a mage. I actually talked about this, but I said it backwards. The mages I usually give higher attack, higher HP, but lower defense. So that was my fault. I said earlier. So now his HP. So let's go to his HP calculator. So we got 260 HP. We're going to times that about by 15% or even 10%. Let's do 20. Let's go straight 20. So he'll lose 50. We'll do that. So you lose 52 battle points when Flarky gets knocked out. Now I like how this is this is a lot more balanced out right now. This does feel more balanced out. Target loses 10 HP during its turn. You lose 200. He has 200 defense, 330 attack, and 260 HP. I like this. I think I like these a lot better. Like Lygon 560, 750, 280 for defense. His lower defense because he's a berserker. I think that's what I did. Let me make sure. I could be wrong here. Yeah, I was right. I was right. Higher HP, higher attack, but lower defense. Darkmare, he's also a mage. His high attack, high HP, but you lose a lot of. No, that kind of. I think that's more. Yep, that's the middle. I think that's the middle. There we go. That feels more in the middle now. I gotta adjust these two. Yep. Oh, it says 30. Not quite sure where the middle is for this one. That one says 13. I wonder why this doesn't say 13. It says 34. We'll just stick with 34. Oh, that was about. So 13 is about the margin I need on that. Maybe. Let's see. This one kind of feels right. I'm going to stick with that. Control S. Now we got Flarkey. Let's make sure Flarkey's kind of. I can just stick with 34 there. Like that. Alright, we'll stick with that right here. Alright, so now these feel a little more balanced out. Like I said, they were at some serious battle points, HP, attack, defense. Like they were doing some serious damage, but like I said, the thing that troubled me about that is that it's really hard to make that feel like something that not everybody's going to want to play the game, obviously, but it feels more accessible instead of having 2.5 million attack and 1.5 million HP. This feels a little more balanced and accessible to me for people to want to enjoy. So we got 3 cards balanced out here pretty good. We got Flarkey, Lygon, and then Darkmare. So let's get all these saved, and then we'll work on another one. So let's close these out. Got them all saved up. Alright, so let's work on a Firemon, Darkmon. I don't have to balance the attribute cards. So we got some Grass Mons here. Caterpin's my only Grass Mon at the moment. This is his ultimate unlimited card, but we're going to change this to the normal look. So let's take the holographic thing off. Let's take that. And let's put the black border back around the edges of it. Turn off the white one. Alright, so here's Caterpin, what he would essentially look like. Like I say, I gotta balance these. Caterpin's a level 7, so I gotta go to my notes here. And then I'll remake videos. I don't think I ever... Did I? No, I did those. I don't know why I think I didn't. And he has a UU here, but... Why does he have a UU? Oh, let's change that back to his... Okay, so the C is for a common rarity. Alright, so here we go. We're going to change this. So he's an archer / bug. So as an archer, I have to change this again. So he's going to have low defense, equal balanced HP, and high attack. So basically his HP is going to be between whatever I make his defense and his attack. Hey, if you guys are new here, leave me a question, maybe if you don't understand exactly what's going on here, or maybe about the cards or something like that, and I'll explain kind of what I'm doing here and why I'm doing it, and why my channel's here and whatnot. Tell me hi if you guys are new. You know, I'd like to see everybody and chat with them. So we got a balanced Caterpillar now, and like I said, we're gonna change this. He's level 7, so go to my notes here on my iPad. So his base stats. This is where we go to his base stats. For a level 7, he's going to have anywhere from 0 to 10. He's a weak mon, so he doesn't need much. So level 7 from 0 to 10. Basically, it's almost in between. So I want to say... start this attack because that's the highest point on him. You know what? I might change this to 6. Literally 6. It's kind of hard to see right there. I just noticed it. If I move it on the tree, however, so he's got 6 attack. These are level 1 to 30s. This actually kind of will balance it out because you can't summon the 30 to the 40s without getting rid of a level 1 to 30, or basically anything above 30. And the same thing applies if you go to a level 40 and above. From 40 to 50, you can't summon it without getting rid of a level 30 or 40. And then there's form summons, stuff like that. So now we got to balance this out. So his HP is going to be a little bit lower. I'm trying to think of what I can do here. You know, I might actually change this. I might make this, because I have it where they're level 30 to 40, they have 10 to 60. But I might change this. I might make it where they are not. I might make this 0 to 30 actually. Let's go 0 to 30. I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to change. When they're level 30 to 40, they have from 30 to 60. I'm going to try that here. And then when they're level... yeah, okay. Let's try this. So this attack is actually going to be not a 6. It's going to be from 0 to 30. I mean, it could be 15, 16, 17, 20. I want to make it close. So he's level 7. Honestly, I'm just going to go with about like 20. Well, let's see. I'm going to go 25. Jesus. I was at 34. Okay, we're going to go with 25 on this. We're going to hit 25. Then his HP, like I said, is also going to have... it's also going to be higher. But his defense is the lowest. So, I'm going to take my handy dandy calculator, which I should... maybe I give him... let's go 20 HP. Do 5 points less. So we're going to give him 20 HP. So we'll go 20 HP here. So he's got 25 attack, 20 HP. And then this, you know, we might make his defense... his defense is way lower. I thought about making it 10. But we're going to base this off my attack here. So 25 times maybe, let's say 70%. We'll go like 15. Round this down to, we'll round it to 15. I like that. Alright, so he's got 20 HP, 25 attack, and 15 defense. Alright, so now his battle points, which we're going to use the HP is, like I said, a base point. So 20 times, let's say 20. Maybe I will. I'll go with that. You know what? I kind of want to go up with this. I'm going to say, I feel like I can almost bring this up. I'm going to go with 10. Or 5. You know, we'll go to 5. You lose 5 battle points when Caterpin's knocked out. Caterpin gets knocked out, guys, you lose 5 battle points. So here we go. We got Caterpin. See, and then I have this Mon can poison an opponent's Mon. But I don't know how I forgot to put how much you lose from being poisoned. This Mon can poison an opponent's Mon. So instead of just saying this Mon can poison an opponent's Mon, probably need to kind of state like how much damage it take. So I don't know how much. Maybe we'll say 10. I did this with a couple others actually. Hold on. I need to kind of keep the wording the same too. It's always it's a smart idea to kind of keep some of the terminology the same. I think it was on Ligon. There's my lightning Mons, light Mons. So we're gonna use Ligon's wording here. Target loses 10 HP during its turn. So anytime your opponent attacks, oops. We'll just do this, easy replace this. I kind of like that, target lose. And then what I also forgot on Caterpin here is, I don't know if I actually fixed these. These kind of look smushed still. I think I did fix it. But what I forgot to do here is add the poison counter. There's a poison counter. It's under, where's my counters? I don't know where I put the counters at. It's probably in a different section. Display, etc. Maybe it's under the etc. That's Matt's. Status counter. So we got our poison counter. I actually have to make this the same exact size that's on Ligon. Control C. So Control V. Control T. And Alt so we can narrow it down. And we gotta make this the same exact size pretty much for every card. It's gotta be tell. I want to say that's close. It looks very close. Delete that. I hope that works. There it is. I don't remember where I put it on Ligon. I put it after. So after Dirty Bomb, it's going to have this. And then how many pixels is that away? I think that's like 3 or 4. 6. I put it 6 pixels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. Now, that status counter means that the Mon's poison. This looks much better. Alright, save it. I feel like I gotta fix this ice symbol though, but there's an easy way to tell if I need to fix it. We're gonna use Ligon. Yeah, I gotta fix these right here. These look very smushed. They shouldn't look and feel that smushed. So like this ice symbol right here. I need to take this symbol right here, Control C, Control V. I need to drag this down. Yep, this is not correct, I knew it. So I do have to go back and fix these. One, two, three, so 4. Gotta make this be spread out like 4 of those. Damn. Whoops. Let's go with that. Let's go Control V again. Let's bring this down. Delete the ellipse. Alright, now delete. I think I screwed up. Okay, that one's in the correct position. I just don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this will be about right here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One more. Right there. And that needs to be 1 pixel away. There we go. Alright, that's looking much better now. Now I forgot to, when I first made these, they were kind of smushed down, but I have to fix these. So let's go to Ligon. He's got a fire symbol. So the fire attribute, we're going to take this fire attribute. And I think these are all the, I need to really fix and label my layers so I can, you know, kind of not be disorganized here. Let's take this layer. Now this layer goes right where that fire layer is. I think I'm the correct. One, two, three, 4. And 1, 2, okay, so now I'm going to click on this. Enter, click this. Don't think, no, that's not the smashed layer. So, I swear that's the smashed layer. Okay, so you need to delete this layer, delete that layer, delete this layer. Not it. What am I missing here? That's got to be the ellipse in there. Maybe this one is. Oh, I deleted it already. That's right. Okay, so now that looks much better. Like I said, it doesn't have that smash look. Let's save it. Okay, now this feels much better. And I changed everything around, so now these attacks feel much, I was trying to think of what, the attacks in defense and stuff like that feel more accessible for people so they don't feel like they have to do a ton of math. I mean, they were insane. Like, you could do some insane damage, but I changed it, so I feel a lot better about what's happening here. Hello, my one viewer, whoever you are. Hello. If you have questions, just type in the chat box. I'll definitely answer any question you got. So, yeah, I feel much better about this. Okay, so now, trying to think of what else I need to add to this or anything like that. Probably get off the stream here soon. But I gotta fix, I mean, I fixed like 3 or 4 cards. Oh man, we gotta take that out. That definitely ain't gonna fly. There's the ellipse symbol. We gotta take that. Alright, that looks much better. Alright. I gotta fix this grass symbol though, because this is very mashed down. I'll come back and fix Caterpin. So I've fixed a lot here. We got Lygon fixed up. What else do we got? Caterpin. There's still some cards I haven't even shown yet. Like this is one, like a Mon I haven't shown. These are Mons. I don't have them named yet. Typically I draw them first and then I name them afterwards of kind of what I want to name. So we got. Let's go over the ones. Oh shoot! I don't know which one I fixed here. Oh, this could be wrong. Well, that's definitely not the correct one, because that says like 2018. Oh man, I might have to go fix this one because I think I screwed up here. Okay, let's go to the copy. There's the copy. Okay. No, these are the same symbols. Okay, so. This dark mirror was the original, but then it turned into this one right here. So we got dark mirror, Lygon. There was another one we did, Flarky. So these are 3 we do have fixed. I'm gonna revise my videos and then introduce the updated versions of them. I think this will be a lot better. So. You know, we got Flarky updated here. This feels much better. It feels like it's something more accessible to people now. I didn't want the battles to feel like they drag on. So I updated these. I feel much better about the way it feels if it came to a battle. I think this feels much better. It doesn't feel so overwhelming, and they have like 2.5 million attack, and so this feels absolutely much better with 330 attack. You know, your opponent, like if he's fighting Lygon, he's got 560 HP. Maybe you hit him with 550, or sorry, you hit him with your 330 attack, so he's gonna have like. I don't even know. I can't do math right now because I'm stupid. So if you hit him, you'd still have 230 HP and give you a chance to do 2 or 3 attacks. And also, it'd be a level 60 fighting a level 90, which would feel a little more balanced in there. Well, I'm going to come on and do a live stream tomorrow, but I'm going to work on more of these in the live stream and balance these out. But I feel a lot better with what is here now because these feel a lot more balanced than just having what I had at first. So, thank you guys who did come to the live. Sat down for about an hour and a half here. Got about 3 or 4 cards fixed up. So we got Caterpin. I got to fix these grass attributes, but Caterpin, he's essentially done. He's got his attack, Lygon and stuff, you know, they got all their stats fixed. And this feels a lot more balanced, and it just doesn't feel like the battles would be as drawn out because they do have less attack and less defense, where, like I said, they don't have the 2.5 million and stuff. I like that. It was cool, but I was like, dude, that would make a battle feel so dauntingly long because of how much damage and how much math you gotta do. So I just narrowed it down. But man, thank you guys, and you know, I appreciate you being here. And like I said, if you guys have questions, man, just throw them at me. I'm gonna answer those questions and do what I have to. But hey, thank you guys, and I'll be back with more tomorrow, and we'll go over and we'll fix more mons. And keep watching out for videos. I'm working and drawing new mons. I'm working on new cards for the card game. But thank you guys. I'm heading out. I'm gonna go enjoy some video games now. See you guys.